Hello.
Great. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon. I'm Komal Sadrik. I'm currently in final year of my B in production engineering. Uh, First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to present my paper. So today, I would be using this opportunity to present my paper, improve connectivity with public transport to accelerate the usage of public transport. So, with increasing population and faster lifestyle, there is a need of fast, safe, and convenient mode of transportation facility. This need has given rise to the use of a private transportation system on a very large scale. We could observe from the graph provided by the Department of Transport UK. It is a very old graph around the time horizon of 1952 to 2012. We could see a great increase in the usage of car, vans, and taxis. Though every country spends a part of its fund on public transportation facilities, there is always a negative feedback amongst the population when it comes to public transport. If we talk about India, according to the Mint report for financial year 2020, the government of India has allocated a fund of rupees 1,70,000 crores as budgetary allocation for transportation sector. With a view to tackle this situation, this study will focus on value addition services on the available public transportation facility. In the world of digitization, people need all facilities, services, and information at a click of button due to private ride sharing platform. Due to this, private ride sharing platform get upper hand over other transportation facilities. Private ride sharing platform are considered more flexible, comfortable, as well as faster in busy lifestyle. It is safer and more private compared to other transportation facilities. Moreover, it is sometimes considered as status symbol, as well explained by Mr. Pramod in his last presentation. Along with these ride sharing platforms, there is always a continuous use of private vehicles. With no doubt, development in these facilities will help in growth of various sectors in the society. But this will always add up to increasing level of population leading to climate change, global warming, etc. And also with population growth, this will also increase the road traffic. The purpose of writing this paper is to understand the methodology which private ride sharing platform use to provide best services and also studies various technologies available out there to improve the existing private transportation system, um, which in return will help population to use public transport more efficiently. If we look at the existing public transportation structure, we would observe a few issues. The user has no information about the arrival time of public vehicle, as well as the public, if public facility is used, what would be the estimated travel time. There is this perception that public transport facilities are always crowded. There are no safety measures installed or provided in the public vehicles, and also these facilities are not available at any point of time. Due to these factors, there is continuous degradation in the usage of public transport. The proposed system aims at increasing the connectivity between the public transport and the people. After comparing the private ride-sharing platform with existing public transportation structure, following foundation ideas were listed to build the application. Provide real-time location of the vehicle, provide the available number of seats and probability of getting the seats, provide estimated travel time, increase the level of safety and conservation of environment. The implementation of these ideas can increase the reliability. It is observed that reliability is the key in determining the quality of public transport. It may be concluded that public transportation services are potential to attract the private car users by improving the level of their service. So, for conducting this research, we concentrated on three methodologies. The first one is real-time data. Various observations have proved that diminution of real-time data improves user satisfaction with public transport services, reduce their perceived and actual waiting time, and increase ridership. For fetching the real-time data, we can use weight sensors which can be installed under the seats or other facilities available in the vehicle to check the availability of the seat. The data can be further modified by identifying the count of male, female, or maybe other reservations in the crowd. This can be easily done with the help of ticket conductor. He can feed if the purchaser of ticket is a male or a female, and this data can be sent to the software. The next method we looked at is machine learning. Machine learning methodologies prove to be very effective when it comes to predicting the future data of public transport, since it can analyze large amount of data to work with a complex non-linear system using artificial intelligence and identify various patterns and variations in the data structure. Also, while applying this methodology, prediction factors are need not to be independent of each other. To build a system, what we can do is we can integrate cameras with our models. The cameras can record only inside the bus. They can be constrained using various technologies, and they can record only inside the bus and calculate the number of people inside the bus. And this data then further can be passed on to the software. The third method is a pass system. This method can make process much easier with no involvement of complex structures. The public transport providers can provide their passengers with passes in form of card, or mobile application, which they can scan at the entrance. The count of the scan will be given, will give the exact number of passengers riding the bus, and from that we can get the number of empty seats available. This method, all these methods can be helpful to avoid overcrowding in the bus. On the basis of the studied methodology, an attempt was made to create a system from scratch. So I'll be presenting in front of you. Though I've considered Though I've considered other modes of transportation, I've majorly concentrated on bus services for creating this specific sample system. To give more insight about the project, three BST buses. BST is basically the municipal facility provided by the Maharashtra government in Mumbai. Three BST buses were selected to build the database for the system. These three buses cover around 40 bus stops in Mumbai. With that being said, I would like to start with the project flow and functionality. First comes the login page and registration page. The login page comes with user login detail, like you have to enter your login details, or if you don't have an account, so you have to register. First, all the details are saved in MySQL database, and if you log in, the program checks the email and the password, and then if the login details are correct, then the user can go to the user page, and the admin can go to the admin page. If the login details and the password is incorrect, then invalid login is popped up. If user has not created an account, user not found is popped up. If user want to change his details, like about location, his email IDs and all that stuff, he can update, modify the changes over on the profile page, and the same can be updated on the MySQL database. So once the user logs in, the user goes to the home page. So on home page, there is this icon which takes you to home page again. There is this navigation bar on which user can select where he wants to travel, like which mode he wants to choose for traveling. And you can enter the starting and destination points. There is this map which indicates the start and destination points, also various bus stops surrounding that route, and also the route you want to travel. Then on the same page, travel time, distance, and fare is also represented with the help of Google Map services. For creating this, ML model was created on IBM Watson Studio using pseudo data to get the occupancy prediction according to the current date. Model URL and prediction are also stored on the database. Our database is updated according to the current date, and then it is updated on the UI. Bus stop data is created on the database. It is used to get routes and the bus number. Also, while you are entering the from and destination point on your UI, you get the predictive texting. So as a user enters his login detail, he goes to the home page. When someone from the administration enters the detail, he enters the admin page. So on admin page, there is this table which give the live crowd detail. And also there is this announcement portal. There is this form which administrations can fill in. So furthermore detail about the crowd detail. For like for getting the uh, count of people, I've used my mobile phone camera for as a CCTV. The IP of the camera was generated using webcam software. And the IP is stored on the MySQL database. It continuously takes pictures, and these pictures are passed on to visual recognition model on IBM Watson Studio. And from there, we get the human count. And there is this classification model which segregates like after a specific number, it takes that particular image to overcrowded situation, and other is the count of human. So all these counts, like they're updated on the UI after every 6 seconds, and updated on the database after every 1 second. So for a live location of our bus services, I've used Tracker software. There is this Tracker app which has to be installed by the driver or maybe the conductor, so that we get the live location of the bus service. Uh, this software basically creates a database automatically, and then I left joined this table generated from Tracker software and my scheduling. And this gives me the latitude, longitude of the specific device IDs. And the data is updated on the UI after every 6 seconds, and the real-time data is, and the location is updated real-time. Similarly, current locations of the database is saved in the XML file format, and JavaScript reads this XML file, and this like the point is displayed on the Google Map, which we could see on the homepage. So for the announcement portal, admin can post messages on the announcement board using the portal. The announcement page can be seen by both users and the admin. Announcements are stored in database again. The data stored in SQL is displayed on the UI in form of blocks. Clicking on the block takes you to the link if any link is provided by the admin. And the color is also provided to this block to get attention of the user. Like if the color is green, the segment is positive, or if the color is red, then there is some emergency in the situation. And there is also a news page which can be again accessed by both users and the admin. So this news page contains news cards. Uh, Clicking on the news card will take you to the website. So results and conclusion. So this project basically aims at connecting the population to the public transport. It focuses on increasing the usage of public transport by providing more real-time data and thereby building up a level of reliability on the public transport services. Along with it, project targets at eradicating problems like congested road, improving the level of safety, less emission of gases due to combustion vehicles. Though I've started writing this paper before the pandemic, but even this system can be proved very effective after the pandemic or during the current pandemic situation. The government can monitor people if they are following the social distancing norms, or they can predict the crowd which are going to use the facilities and implement the safety measures accordingly. So this was my presentation. Thank you very much, and you can ask me questions.